Berserk 2016. It's 2016 because there was an original one made in the 90s, and I have not watched that one or read the original manga or read the three movies that came out not too long ago. I don't think. I don't even know, but I've not watched none of that. This anime was my, I guess, gateway into Berserk, and from what I saw, ooh, that was a bad start. No, I did not think that was a good start to an anime. As a new Berserk, as like, brand new to the franchise, I don't think that was the best way to go. Because, well, first, um, they kind of established the world in a sense where they establish it's a world, it's like a medieval world. There are demons, and there's bad CGI. I'm sorry, guys, but that CGI, oh, it's so bad. It's not really bad in the way it's like not well animated. It's like choppy or anything, or it just feels out of place. Like it feels like I'm in a video game. Like it's an anime. That's like an anime video game. Like, but the anime was 2D, but in the game they become 3D because of sakes of gameplay and stuff. Kind of like the Naruto games or something. Like, it's very much 2D looking, but in 3D. I don't know how to explain this. I think you guys just have to watch it, or don't watch it. Actually, don't watch it. Well, I'll continue watching it, and if it's good, I'll say it's good later on. But right now, it's not looking too bright. But I'm gonna give it a chance since it's only and Berserk is about this guy named Guts, and from the first episode, I could get that his arm was eaten by a monster, which was like very well done in the opening, which is 2D or 2.5D or something. I know it's not total 3D in that opening, and which makes me sad because that opening looks pretty freaking good, But then you watch the series, then you're back to disappointment. But anyways, the character of Guts seems like a cool character. He's pretty mysterious, so we're probably gonna learn a lot about him, and apparently there are people chasing him. Why? I don't know. I need to watch more. But I can't say I was exactly intrigued because even though there's all these things that they kind of hint at about him, there's not. I wasn't really hooked. And what I think would really hook me in this kind of show would be the action, right? But I felt the action was kind of boring, to be honest. Like, if the action was really good, then I'd be like, okay, I'll watch it for the action. And a lot of anime do this thing where they're 2D with the characters, but when it comes to the action, it goes into a 3D. Usually goes when a character's wearing a costume, or they're wearing some kind of armor, or they're in a mech. That's when it usually happens, and the animation goes into a 3D. And I feel like that's good. I'm not, let me rephrase that. That is not always good. It's good sometimes. Because, really, I feel if you're gonna do 3D, you might as well make the action have a little more flavor. You know what I'm saying? So, good examples are the second Tiger and Bunny movie. The final action scene was really good. I felt like that was really, really good. I was really immersed. It was really well done, and it used the 3D to its advantage because it used all these angles. Like, the characters moved at all these angles that really only a 3D anime would actually be able to do, because if you're just doing a 2D, you probably wouldn't use some of these angles and how these characters moved. And it was very exciting, it was very quick, it was very fast, very well done. another example, one that I watched recently was the Garo anime. In the Garo anime, the action is still very cool, very well done. It's very flashy, but um, but I think the main reason why I don't mind when Garo does it is because the Garo anime was based on, or the Garo anime is like a spin-off from the Garo TV show, which in the TV, it's a live action TV show for those who don't know, and the characters put on the armor and they're totally CGI. So they look out of place in the TV show also. So the fact that they look out of place in the anime makes more sense if you know the source material. So, and since I do, I have not watched it, but I know of the source material, so it makes sense, and I'll let it pass. I think it's fine. But another recent example that I've watched, not recent, just recent for me, was the Code Geass, Akito the Exiled movies. The mechs are all CGI, but and it took me kind of a little bit of a learning curve for me to actually not mind the CGI, but I really did not mind it by, I want to say, the second part of the first action scene. That was all that took, because the action was really, really fast. And for those who have seen the actual Code Geass anime, the Lelouch of the Rebellion, you'll know that the mechs are cool and they do cool stuff, but movement and hand-to-hand combat is not really cool. What's cool about the action in the TV series? So like there are only very rare moments where it's really like the mechs, the nightmares do something really, really cool. But in the Akito movies, the point of the mechs is how agile they are, and so it's cool to see them do all these flips, these kicks, because those are not things that we usually see. Like the only moment I can remember is like towards the end where we see a battle between the Gurren and the Lancelot, where the Lancelot did like some sort of kick thing, and it was pretty freaking cool. So the fact that they could expand on that in the movies was really well done because it was CGI. I felt that CGI was necessary in that case because it's easier to animate CGI, because I know a little bit about how to animate CGI, and there are a lot of programs where you can put them in certain positions, and whatever movement you need in between, the software will do it by itself. Will just fill in the movement in between, so you just need to do like certain key movements, and the software will just add what you need in between, by itself. So I think knowing that, it's much easier to make action scenes in CGI. So the fact that Berserk is all CGI and the action feels so boring is very disappointing, because like I heard a lot about Berserk as a franchise. Actually, I heard a lot about Berserk, the original anime. Heard it had a lot of cool action, and it had some cool characters and stories, whatever, right? Which I'm not at the point where I can judge everything, but I can judge the action that we got in the first episode, and it was just really disappointing. And from this episode alone, I would say do not watch this. But if you're a Berserk fan, I won't keep you, and I probably couldn't keep you. I don't think anyone could keep you from watching the rest. And if you're curious and you have faith because you know the staff or something, which I have not looked into but probably should, then by all means, I'm not gonna keep you from experiencing anime, but I'm just gonna say I don't think it's gonna be worth it, personally. But I won't say it's impossible.